why I'm here.
We're talking Giants every day. From McCovey Cove to the Oracle Park lights, Eric and Glenn keep the fire burning bright, fighting for the glory, no matter what it costs us, breaking down the moments from the wins to the losses. Giant Sports Talk, we're here for the ride. Eric and Glenn with the fan base pride, talking dreams, will they contend? But we'll back the Giants till the very end. Let's go, Giants! Yes, yes, yes! Oh! Eric and Glenn breaking it down, all Giants all the time.
What is up, everyone? Welcome to Giant Sports Talk Live here on this Sunday evening. We are 4 days away. Well, a little bit less now, but we'll just say 4 days away from opening. We'll say day, even though it's at night. But we're getting that much closer, man. This is going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to this, man.
Three sleep.
Fair enough. Right now, there you go. Yeah, 3 sleeps. There you go. That'll work. What's up, Caesar? Our Orange Man is out there. I see we got a whole gambit of guys out there. Hey, appreciate you guys hanging out here on the Sunday night. Talk a little bit of Giants. Also, a little bit later, we are going to set the draft order for our Fantasy Baseball League. So that should be a lot of fun. Who is going to be the number 1 pick and who is going to be number 12? So we'll see what happens. But, hey, there's
Number
a lot of
12.
Giants moves out there. Yeah.
Number 12.
Yeah, there you go. Got myself. Glenn Lou is back from Las Vegas. He will fill us in on what was going on with him. But Glenn, we're getting close, man. We got some roster decision time coming on. Giants made a move. I don't understand it. You guys could, someone out there can explain it to me on why they got rid of one bullpen arm and got another bullpen arm, but the guys are pretty damn similar. I don't quite understand it, but whatever. What's up, Glenn?
Well, it is certainly a day like today, Eric, where I was, was beating around the ideas for the show, what we talk about. Never a lack of ideas, but I thought, I'm going to have to leave it to Eric and Lou to talk about this pitching move, because it is not fair for a guy who comes on and rants and raves and chatterboxes away on a show called Giant Sports Talk Live to talk about something that he does not understand. Every time the Giants make a move, Eric, the question isn't, is it a good move or a bad move? It is it going to be for a player I've even heard of? Is it anything I care about? Because I don't understand this team. They're always trying to pull the hocus pocus and like a rabbit out of their hat. Or it's like Robbie Dizzle. Buster's got moves. He's got moves. I'm starting to wonder, Eric, the moves? I mean, he's not running an A-ball team here. This isn't, juvie ball. This is Major League Baseball. Eric, give me some Major League Baseball players. Are there not Major League Baseball arms we can get somewhere?
Well, they are. I mean, hey, both Lucchesi and Borucki, is it Borucki? I don't know how
you don't even know his name.
Hey, whatever. I know how it's spelled. I don't know how to pronounce it. I just don't know how to pronounce it. That's the problem.
He can spell it, Lou. He must be good.
I can. What I'm saying is, they're major league guys, but are they the type of major league guys that we need? I mean, these are both guys, got somewhere around a 4 ERA. Both of them are bullpen arms. Both of them throw from the left. Both of them have a somewhat decent ground ball rate. So I don't know. They're each in the same. You already signed Lucchesi. Then you went and released him. And you went and signed Borucki, whatever. He was pitched for the Blue Jays last year.
Borucki. So. And listen, not even opening day, the train has left the station, Eric. I had a long argument. Well, not an argument. I mean, I'm always right. I kept telling Robbie Dizzle he's pulling a Robbie Rothberg today. We
It's all
might
good.
not. We may not lose a game this year, Lou, according to the boys having the chat with me today. So,
Hey, people are excited. The season's getting ready to begin. The hope is in the air, but you gotta just have them play out. Lou, what is up, dude? We didn't see you on our last one. You were busy paying the bills down in Las Vegas, right? And then, yeah, what's up, man?
I was in down in Vegas for March Madness at the Great Westgate Casino. Compliments of Ray and John. So thank you for having me there. I was with some clients. I was also celebrating my nephew's 25th birthday.
Oh, okay.
Fantastic time. Great time. A lot of fun. My Arizona Wildcats made me sweat just tonight, but they got through to March Madness, and I'm excited because they're going to be in town on Thursday against Arkansas. Also made my bet for my Giants' future. They had it under 81 at the casino, where my phone has it at 79.5. So I took the extra basically 2 games and pounded the under. I thought what was crazy about the Giants is, this weekend I saw a little real nice thing about Glenn's favorite all-time Giant of all time, Wilmer.
Yeah.
I thought it was a class act. I thought Wilmer did a fantastic thing. Still sort of surprised maybe we didn't pick him up. And then just a
Tijuana Toros.
Just a lot of flock of moves, which it's sort of funny depending on who you talk to or who you read, it's almost more confusing now than when spring training started. So I'm just one of these things where we know about the bullpen, a lot of moves. And I think we said about this about a week ago, there's going to be guys sent down or released. And there's always a few players that for some reason we hold on to, and guys that actually probably deserve the spot during the spring that are not on the major league. So, it's one of those things, again, as Glenn points out, we're 72 hours because, opening day will be probably about the 6th inning by now. Maybe, who knows, with all the commercials on Netflix. There were still a lot of questions about the team. I love what they did with Eldridge sending down. I thought, but, Wisenhunt, again, another pitcher that got sent down. It's sort of weird because we talk about Buster had a lot of pitchers in spring training to start. He was hoping a couple stuff would throw up against the wall. I guess they all fell down because even guys that we didn't heard of, we got. And then just the lineup itself, I think it's better. But with all these moves, I'm more worried now about the bench, which, I know we talked about early a couple months ago, the bench. But, hey, it's a new season. The game's right around the corner. And, we talked about the early schedule. We're really going to see because, again, I want to know who makes these decisions. Maybe it's not all about Buster. Maybe it's not all about our GM. Maybe the front office, some of the ownerships make these moves. Because and the other thing I don't like now is another uniform I got to worry about on Saturday nights only. They're all going to just be the Gigantes. They're going to premiere on tomorrow and Tuesday. They're going to be wearing these special unis that they're only going to wear on Saturday. My God, the Giants, are they getting so greedy? Just stick to something simple and give me a winning product. If you can't do that, then you know what? You shouldn't be in charge of the team.
Lou brings up a good point. Lou brings up a really good point, Eric. I wanted you to touch on it. Maybe I get your feeling because I was thinking today, again, I heard the birds, spring. It's like spring in the air with baseball. I heard cheep, 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 cheep. And I go, oh, it's the Giants. There's the Giants. Cheep, 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 cheep. And what I mean by cheap is they're just trying to steal money out of like anything. I mean, they're printing money. Why are all these teams, Eric, wrapping up the preseason? Some of them didn't even play today. And what are they doing? You get situated. You're ready to go. We go a game early. We're shoving games in against Mexico on Monday night and then Tuesday night and then Wednesday night right at it. I mean, if they could play a doubleheader on Monday and Tuesday, I'm sure they would have scheduled it. I'm sure if there were 2 teams they could have got from Mexico, they would have scheduled it because they push this envelope as far as they can. I don't understand it. Could we not have an off day, get ready for the opening of the season, make sure everybody's fresh, nobody gets hurt, everything's hunky-dory? Of course not. Of course not. Lou, great job talking about some of these moves or lack thereof, and I don't understand going out and like you said, Eric, why do they replace a player with a player that's really, really the same. What's that word that Lou always uses? Safe. That's Lou's word. Playing it safe. And you know what? For me, comfort serves as an obstacle, guys, to growth. That's the problem with playing it safe.
There you go. Hey, take a look. Our favorite our website is back. StatHead. Look at these two guys. Again, this is over the last 3 years. One has the 91 games, and Borucki, I guess that's how you say his name, and then Lucchesi only had 49. Innings pitched, even though he played more games, talking about Ryan, innings pitched, Lucchesi's got more. Both sitting around, one's at a 3.5, another one's at almost a 4. Again, this is over the last 3 years. ERA plus, about the same. Strikeouts, about the same. K percentage, similar. A little bit more on with Ryan. The walk is better with Ryan. Yeah, they're the same guys. So I don't understand. I don't understand. Lucchesi had a good year, and this is the here. Let's take a look. If you want to talk about this just a little bit here, Lucchesi last year with the San Francisco Giants, he actually was pretty good. Remember, Glenn, in the beginning when they signed him, I was like, Joey, Lou, I don't give a shit. Remember that?
Yeah, you had the nicknames for him. But again, this goes back. You got nicknames for one guy that weren't so positive, and you got another guy you can't even say his name. So really, what are we talking about?
I don't know why the Giants did this. They're the same. And look, they let Joey Lucchesi. I think they signed him for $1.5 million, something like that. I'm not sure what Ryan's contract was signed for, but I don't quite understand it again. And they here's the thing though. This is the problem is we're going back to the same thing where we're talking about what the hell's going to go on with the bullpen. Man, guys, I don't like it. I'm telling you, I've been saying this for all off season that I just do not like what the way the bullpen is. Look, the 9th inning is probably going to be Ryan Walker. And he had a decent spring, but hey, when games matter, is he going to be able to be able to go out there and execute? The bigger question is who's going to take the 7th and the 8th to get to Ryan Walker. I mean, I don't know. I don't know, man. This is going to be a little bit weird on how they're going to try to bridge this again if they get close. Unless they expect the lineup to go out there and score so many runs that, but your starters still can't go freaking 9 innings. You still got to go into the bullpen. So
these players know their roles, like you say, Eric.
I'm sure they do. I'm sure they know their roles, but the problem is,
who's their setup guy? Who replaces Rogers? Here's
the thing. But even though they say they establish roles, are they going to be okay in accomplishing said roles? That's the thing that we're going to have to wait until March 25th when the season begins and see what the hell happens. We're going to get a glimpse here very shortly.
Who's our setup man?
I don't know who our setup man is. Buto? I don't know.
Right. So, I mean, do we really have solidified role players? Again, a la Rogers. Rogers' role was to set it up for the closer. I don't know who's the 8th inning guy. The question is, Lou, Eric, do the Giants know?
Well, I got a feeling that the Giants going in to the offseason before the injury, San Martin, right? He was going to be a key figure coming in from the left side. And then Joel Peguero, the guy who throws from the right, who can throw 100 miles an hour. Those are the two guys I think they were really leaning on to take those 7th and 8th inning roles. But now both of those guys are hurt. So now you're having to piece it together for the next month or two with the guys such as Borucki and Eric Miller. And look, Eric Miller, he's got some amazing stuff. But boy, the one thing he likes to do too is he likes to walk a lot of people. And the last thing that you want to do with a guy coming out of the bullpen is putting guys on base. You don't want to give away free bases when it comes time to try to get the game completed and get that win in the win column. I don't know. I don't know, man. And look, and another thing too, if you want to talk about this too, the bench, it's up in the air, man. It's up in the air. It looks like Barracato will not be. He got designated back to the minors. I don't know if he's going to start off in AA or AAA. But we still got a couple of guys up. Oliva, I think I say Oliva is still up. Gerard and Matos, they're still around. So I don't know. I don't know how this is all going to pan out. But again, we're asking very similar questions that we've been asking for probably the last couple of weeks now, Glenn. So
one thing I've been looking forward to all day today and hoping we'd see the return of that handsome man below us, Lou Marsden. Good to have him back. I hope he had a great trip Lou, one thing I've been thinking about all day today, I'm sure crossed Eric's mind. We discussed something pivotal to the 2026 Giants, Lou, the other night, and you weren't here. And I couldn't wait to get your take. Eric mentions the bench. We were trying to figure out the lineup. One guy who won't be here to start the season is Eldridge. Your thoughts, Lou?
Well, first of all, I wanted to commend Eric for his shirt tonight. Looks spectacular on
Hey, yeah, buddy.
I thought you'd like my hat.
I've seen the hat before, and I like your jersey too. But that shirt on Eric fits him perfect.
Yeah,
again,
buddy.
compliments of Tommy's Mexican restaurant.
I thought we're all wearing them tomorrow. Aren't we going all like together? Are we all in together?
It depends. I have an extra one. It's ready to go. I wore mine today. Getting back, I got back last night from Vegas, and I went to get my Pete's coffee. Thank God it's available because they do not have it in Vegas. They have Starbucks. Horrible. But
so you're a coffee man too, Lou, huh? Nice.
Yeah, I wore my pullover. And I don't know if you guys noticed in the pullover, if you guys haven't worn it, if you wear it, where you put your hands, there's a place to actually put your phone.
Nice.
And the whole thing. And it's got Velcro, so it sticks in there. Pretty cool. Oh, wow. And everyone was complimenting it. And then I turned around and they said, "Oh, it's about your show." And it was sort of funny because they thought it was a Giants logo. Then they read it was that.
That's funny.
And then they said, "Oh, Super Salty's on it." So I apologize on behalf of me. Eldridge, I was not surprised. I think if you guys remember a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about Glenn. You brought up a great point saying, "Hey, just let him play. We really don't have anything else. Just let him play, really get his feet wet." Where I think me and Eric said, "Hey, listen, don't rush him. Let's put him in the minors." I saw somebody in the chat today said he went deep and everything. I think the one thing about the Giants is I'm only really, and I'm just going to go more on the pitching side. I think Ray's ready for opening day. I think Webb. I think everybody else is a question mark, especially early in the season with the schedule. Remember, except for Webb, who might be able to pitch maybe, say, 90 pitches, I think Ray's on a pitch count because it's really his first official start. If you notice during spring training, he was going 5 innings, 67 pitches, never went over 75. And then everybody else, I think they're all questions. They're probably worth 75, 80 pitches because the first couple of times around, it's not that important. You're just trying to get, because again, now it's the major leagues compared to spring training. And with our bullpen and so many questions, that's the problem. We expect our lineup to be better, but I think one of the things we're sort of lacking is the teams we're going against. Look at our schedule. Some of these teams have studs offensively, right? I mean, Yankees. I know we're missing one ace, but they got free opening day. So that guy's sort of he would be our best, I think, if Max Fried was pitching for us, right?
Max Fried.
Right? Stud, right? But then we go to San Diego, great offense. Then, you got other teams. So we're going to need to score. So we really need Devers, Adames, Chapman, Arias to really step up. We can't start off slow, especially just because the way our pitching is set up. And I think Glenn and Eric, you guys brought up something great, and then I'll get back to Eldridge, is we've talked about this. The Giants were successful when their bullpen knew their roles. Last year, Glenn brought up Rogers. He was one of the best eighth inning guys. I think 99% of the time that guy was consistent because he was so unique. He was the perfect eighth inning man. But now we're going into the season. And again, we talked about it joking around. Oh, well, opening day is not for 2 weeks. It's in 3 nights. Okay, 3 nights.
3 nights. Yeah.
So I think it's important. And who knows? We might not know who it is. And maybe, there's going to be more cuts, but Monday and Tuesday, maybe they're doing it, but it's almost too close to the real action. We should know. And again, maybe the Giants know the rules, but there's no reason why the fans and the public have no clue what the rules are. Right now we know we have a closer that we hated last year. That doesn't give me much confidence. We know the offense is better because we know that with a rise in some of these things, we don't really know the starting lineup. But, I think offensively, we're going to be more competitive. Now, getting back to your question, Eldridge, I think it's a great move. I don't think, and again, we've heard all year, I don't think Eldridge is being bought down because of his just offense. You know, I know a couple of weeks ago, there were a couple of games where he struck out 3 times in a game. He's not even fouling the ball off. But now AAA, he's hitting home runs. There's such a difference between, we say this all the time, between AAA and the majors. The other thing, too, is I think Eldridge might need help still on defense. You know, I think for every step he makes offensively, defensively, he takes 2 steps back. And I think, you know, we want him to be the complete player because I think we're really going to need him later on in the season. So not a problem, especially if we're not sure who we want to have in the outfield, our bench. Let Eldridge get his work done. I'd rather he do that than come here, pinch hit 1 every 3 or 4 days. You know, and who knows? Maybe he's only down for a couple of weeks because of the very unique schedule where we play Wednesday, off Thursday, play Friday, Saturday, off Sunday. You know, we just don't know. You know, and again, I only know Fried's pitching opening day against the Yankees. Maybe the other 2 pitchers of the Yankees are lefties. Well, Eldridge wouldn't start then. You know what I mean? So I think we got to see the whole situation. But as for your question, Eldridge going down, it's not the end of the world. It's probably what's best for him.
It's not the end of the world, and I'll tell you what, it's opening day. Who cares? Just because you're not on an opening day roster doesn't mean that you're not going to be up on with the team somewhere down the future, right? It's just not. Remember a couple of years ago when what's his name? The kid Johnson, was it Pierce Johnson? Is that his name? Remember, he was a speedster, had a fantastic spring. He made the team out of freaking spring training, and the day before that they were supposed to start in New York, they cut him or they sent him down to the minors, and they brought up some other guy. Well, I can't remember, some guy, and he literally stayed with the team for like a series, and he was gone. He was gone. So it doesn't mean nothing. It really doesn't. Just because he's not on the opening day roster doesn't mean, oh my God, Eldridge is never going to play with the San Francisco Giants, because it's not. It's just, they're trying to put forth the best team that they probably can in the beginning of the season so they could get wins. And look, like I said,
Eric,
this is not an indictment. It's not an indictment on Eldridge.
All these moves, doesn't it sort of smell like Farhan? It's still a Farhan stench is still in the dugout. Like
I don't know. I don't know if I don't know. I'll tell you one thing though. I wouldn't be surprised if the Giants run with a 5-man bench start the season, because we got 3 days off in 3 weeks. So the bullpen is not necessarily going to get blown up because you got a bunch of worked in off days already. So they may start the season, maybe the first month they start with a 5-man bench and have a 7-man bullpen. That's a possibility. Who knows? Again, we're not going to know this probably until freaking Tuesday after the game. Honestly, I mean, I think a lot of these decisions are going to be made at that time, because I don't know. Have they made those final decisions, either whether it's the bullpen or whether it's the bench? Because look, the lineup is pretty much set. Hey, is Bader going to start off on the IL because he's got a tight hammy? He very well may start the season on the IL, and that's 10 days, right? I think.
And then what do you do? Do you move Young-Hoo back to center on opening day if that's the case? Like this thing.
No, you know what they'll probably do? They'll probably have either. Ooh,
I thought they put him there. You know, they'll have.
I don't know. I don't know who they'll put in center.
Guerrero out in right field if he's not DH. See, we don't know who's playing where. I don't know this.
But here's the problem. That's because of injury, though. I mean, you can't factor in with injury. You have to deal with it. Don't get me wrong. But hey, when you have injuries, it could kind of mess with you. Now, granted, I think the last I heard, this was a few days ago, he was day to day. But when you talk about a hamstring, man, you got to be careful with those things, because the last thing you want to do is have the guy, your center fielder that you signed in the offseason, to be out for a serious amount of time. Because look, it could easily be a month on the IL or even 2 months.
Yeah, but you're talking, Eric, about the guy they played. You're talking about the guy they signed, Bader, right? Bader, mm-hmm. The guy they signed to play every day in center field, who's never been an everyday player before. Nothing they do seems above board to me. They always they just nickel and dime. This is a nickel and dime type operation. Lou, am I wrong here? Is this what can we, the talk of getting a Harper or a Judge or a Ohtani or you go on down the list, Eric. There've been the list. Every year there's the guy, well, we ran on this. They're solid ball players. And we go, yeah, but we're going to get Bader. Now, here's why he's going to be a big success. He's never played. I'm going to lose my mind. And you know what? Lou,
I'm sorry, Glenn. I was going to
you mentioned something. I want to throw it back to you. You said something pivotal in that conversation in your little soliloquy as I welcome you back. Good to have you back, too.
Thanks.
You said we need big games from Chapman and Adamas and Devers. And I think the problem is you do need those guys but you can't have those guys show up every day, night in, night out. And I don't think this is a fully operational lineup. It's like last year, too many holes in the Swiss cheese. When one guy what was the problem last year, Lou? One guy has a big game, 4 for 5, drives in, and the rest of the team stunk or struck out 18 times. The only way we're going to have success is if everybody contributes every night. There's not enough depth on the ball club, Lou.
And I think the thing about the Giants, that reminded me of a song that came out 10 years ago by Def Leppard. The Giants seem to take 1 step forward and 2 steps back. And when they get these picks, it always seems like we're getting somebody off an injury, getting somebody that's never played a full season, and it's coming back and haunting them. You know, I mean, except for Ray, who, you know, we took a chance off Tommy John. I've never seen a spring training where we actually have better players probably on the DL than the players we're keeping. It's just, you know, what can you do? I don't know if the Giants are cursed, but I think it's more where, you know, I always talk about we go after these players. Who else are the other teams going after the same guys? You know, because we can't get the upper echelon. So we try to say, we get it safe. I mean, it's just amazing how, I mean, Yaz last year, right, who was great defensively and could hit, but he must have pulled a groin or a hammy. It seemed like every 3 months. And then he'd come back in another Giants. I mean, I was sort of joking when I was on a previous show. The Giants should have fired all their managers and their doctors because it seemed like the same injuries kept happening over and over and over again with the Giants. I just don't understand how it just keeps happening to us, and it doesn't matter. You know, I mean, yeah, you know, Bader, we all loved. He was having a great spring. Now he gets injured. But it's the timing of all these injuries that are happening are amazing. 3 days before the season starts. You know, it's remarkable. But, you know, hey, that's baseball. And the one thing I don't want the chat to say is, oh, well, it's only the Giants. Every team goes through it. The great teams put it behind them and somebody else steps up. But with the Giants team, we haven't had that extra person step up and come through because we're just not that deep. And I think that's, you know, that's the difference between us, San Diego, Arizona. And again, it's just one of those things where, you know, 3 days before the season, and every year we have a lot of question marks. But, you know, it's baseball.
And you know what, Lou, you were with us on Friday, Lou. So let me spell it out why I took the different approach. You and Eric you're fine. And I'm fine with them starting in the minors. But my approach with Eric on Friday night was the fact that we found out before the showing that Eldridge was sent down. That's fine. Among other players that some other people I know like, you know, McRae
and Fitzgerald, yeah.
So Fitzgerald,
I can understand the move, and I'm fine with it. My only beef with the organization, again, is as a whole, this organization, what if they told us, we're confident in our young players? And Eric said, well, maybe that's the pitching. Maybe that's the pitching. The bottom line is they get me all geared up saying, yeah, we're confident. Or if it's not, we're confident in the young players, and Eric said the pitching, then what about play the young guys? How are they going to play the young guy? I feel lied to since Buster Posey took over. Everything is, here's the angle we're going to take, and they do the exact opposite all the time, Lou. They don't play the young players, and then they have confidence in the young players, but don't play the young players. So who's lying to me? Everybody. I get lied to, Lou. Where's Eldridge? He's not here, and I feel like I was lied to because they were going to go with the young players. They had confidence in the young player, Lou.
Yeah, I think maybe it goes back to the scouts. I think, you know, when we lost Bell to manage the Reds, I think our minor league system might be worse than we know, and I think we thought Eldridge was our savior. Obviously, he's not. I know he's young, but last year at this time, we couldn't wait to see Eldridge. Now, a year later, he's starting in the minors because he needs it. So I think what we're going to have to do with Eldridge, not saying in a couple of years he might not be a stud 3 or 4 years, it might be an all-star, but we got to take a couple steps back and saying he's not who we thought he was right now. Because if he was, he would definitely be on the team. I just think that's something we got to think of.
Yep.
It's not about the money with him. It's just his ability.
Stick to a plan. I don't know I don't think they know what the plan is. That's the problem.
I think they do. They know what the plan is. We're not going to know about it because it's not our business. It's their business to know what the plan is. What it's going to be? Look, we're going to be here talking about it because after every game, we're going to break it down, of course, like we always do in post games. And again, I already said this before, right? Every game we get critical on what they did for that specific game. And then we break it down over the month and then over a couple of months. And then we'll see what happens. And then eventually we'll start seeing a plan because look, I've said this a million times. You can't just gameplay for a week. You can't gameplay for a month or even 2 months. You got a game plan for 6 freaking months of every day. Brother donates $5. He's throwing me under the bus. He goes, Eric, you're telling me you're an analyst on how on earth you don't know anything? Seriously, boy, did you just leave the station? Is your train got delayed? Look at that. He's messing with me. Hey, dude, I don't come on here to profess to know everything. I know what you're doing. You're
but I know who that is.
I don't profess to know everything. I come on here and just talk, man, and have fun. I'm telling you, I can't understand the move between moving off of Lucchesi and signing Borucki. I can't. I don't know. They're both in the same. They're one in the same. You already had one guy in house, and he had a good year for you last year. Lucchesi had a good year last year.
That's why you bought him back. Isn't that why you bought him back?
Right. Well, San Martin. Well, they didn't even bring him back. They didn't bring him back until Reaver San Martin blew out his freaking hip flexor, right? Or he had a hip flexor, and next thing you know, they had to go and get Lucchesi, who I thought was okay because again, he was great for the Giants last year.
And the system knows how it works. Knows the system, knows how it works.
Yeah,
it was over
right.
Here's $1 million. Thanks a lot. Thanks for coming.
And you know what, Lou? And that's a great point because now you got a guy in the bullpen who's a veteran who understands, who was with the club last year, and he could be in an established role where he's comfortable. You brought in this Ryan guy who's never, don't get me wrong, he's a major leaguer, but he's not familiar with the Giants. And look, he's probably going to have more success pitching in Oracle Park, but my goodness, man, I don't understand why they made that move. It's just a little bit weird, man.
Lou coming in, calling a spade tonight. I love it. Gotta have one adult in the room with us, Eric. You gotta be one adult here.
Hey, it is what it is, man.
All the narrative. You know what I'm worried about, Lou? Eric made a comment the other night, and I'm not throwing him under the bus whatsoever, and I'm not afraid to. I'll throw you under the bus, Eric. But you made a comment the other night that scared me. And I told you it scared me. I wanted to be more. You actually have set me back a few steps heading into the season, Eric, because of the comment you made on Friday night. You may recall. I'm
glad I had that much power.
Again, you said, if we play 500, and I kind of agree with you, but you said if we play 500 baseball in the month of April, that's great.
It is.
And I said, Eric, that is the problem. If we play 500 baseball in the month of April, then what are we doing?
And that's fine because you got through the gauntlet at 500 because guess what? You got 5 more months of baseball afterwards.
And that's the best we could do in the month of April. That's the best.
No, I'm saying that's the best. I'm just saying if you come out 500, I would be okay. I would not be disappointed.
If you're a team with playoff aspirations, you come out of the gate in the month of April and you can only play 500. I'm like,
well, you got to consider the strength of the schedule at that particular time too, right? It's not easy. And that's what I'm saying.
Eric, I'm willing to argue that this is an argument for another night. But last year, we had ups and downs, Eric, and the strength of our schedule was playing Miami and Chicago when we did, and we lost 12 of 14, and we lost 10 of 12.
Oh, they blew it.
The All-Star break. So if you can't win in the first half of the season, how the hell with this team are you going to win in the second half of the season when you were the guy who says the pitching should go boom after the All-Star break?
Yeah,
answer that for me. I want to call it out right now. I'm not going to wait for an answer. I want to know, Eric, how do you respond to that?
Yeah, you're going to have to deal with it, man. Look, last year,
that's a Robbie Dizzle answer right there.
Last year, they should have won the games they should have won against bad teams, and they didn't. But this is baseball. You got to get 27 outs, man. And at the end of those 27 outs, if you don't have more runs than the other team, well, you're going to lose. And that goes for bad teams. There was times where the Giants were a bad team last year, and that's what happens. Now this year, right? And to your point, yes, you come out of April 500. Do I want them to be better? Of course I do. I'm just saying you're coming out with a win. And yes, I've been saying it. After July, it's going to get weird, man.
Yep.
It's going to get really freaking weird because there's a chance.
Stands up, Eric.
There's an absolute chance that the Giants start falling by the wayside. And look, I'm not saying it's going to. I'm just saying that's something we're going to have to watch because none of these guys talking about Mally, Hauser, and Roop have really gone the distance for an entire length of the season over the last couple of years, right? It's not. Yeah, go to them. I'm gonna be watching that shit. I might either watch it tonight or tomorrow.
Last night just to get geared up.
That's the movie I watched before the season begins, so we're getting close. But yeah, I mean, yes, am I excited about the season? Hell yeah, dude. I'm ready for the freaking season because I'm ready for some damn baseball, specifically Giants baseball. But do we all have concerns? Of course, we all do, man. We all do.
You know what the blessing is for Giants fans, Lou? Last year in particular, maybe this year. I'm not going to say one way or the other yet. I think the blessing for Giants fans is we don't play WBC rules. Everybody be going home in the fifth inning.
Mercy rule.
You guys keep talking it for 500. Let's face reality. We're not going to be 500. So how are the Giants and what are they going to deal with since we have so many question marks with the bullpen when, if I remember, Glenn's prediction was 11-30? Well, say Glenn's wrong 4 games.
No.
They go 15 and 25.
No,
I
it's
think
like
we got
12
to face
and whatever.
reality.
In the first 30 games, they'd win 11 or 12.
Okay.
Not 10 of the first 30.
I think we just spoke 10 minutes, 15 minutes on the Giants' problems pitching. And I think they have a lot of problems after Webb and Ray. I don't have trust in anybody. I don't have trust in these guys. A lot of these guys have never done it. I don't have trust in our closer. So what are the Giants going to do if they start off 11-19? They have no backup. Is our backup going to be a guy in the minors that we thought was going to be good last year? What are we going to do? I mean, we got to face reality. This team, we are hoping, this relationship didn't work. Well, hopefully this one will. My little tip of the day. You got to face reality. The Giants are a 500 team. And we're lucky to be 500. I think we're going to be less with all our problems pitching-wise. We are assuming Bader was going to be playing. We don't know how long he's out. So what do? We're now going to put Lee back in center. Last year, Lee, out of 26 teams, was the 25th worst center fielder. But now we're going to have him to start the season. We're going to have Pom-Poms probably in left or Encarnacion, who's like a pretzel out there trying to defend. It's not good. We need everyone to be healthy, and we got to stop with all these excuses with injuries because every team deals with it. The problem with the Giants is at a 26-man roster, we probably are good for 14, and then we have 12 question marks. Dodgers are probably 24 out of 26. Other teams, Arizona, San Diego, they are better than us. We got to stop the excuses. We got to be 5 games over 500. We got to show the National League, oh, my God, beside Ray and Webb, we do have other pitchers that can do the job. Oh, my God, the Giants last year where all they did was strike it. Oh, my God, with Arias, they're now hitting with runners scoring position. We got to come out good. Forget the 500. We need to be 5 games over 500. The other thing, too, is there's never a team is, the first month of the season, that ballpark will be rocking. But with a lot of the good teams coming, you got to remember this. Opening day, there's a lot of Yankee fans that are going to be in that place. When Dodgers come, there's going to be more Dodger fans come. And that's what makes it so tough. Not only do we have tough road games, our home games are just as tough. So that's where the first month of the season, we need to make sure the pitching is ahead of the hitting. And, except for guys that played in the WBC that have gone against the best, we got to take full advantage of the situation.
And you know what, Eric? I've said it before, and I really don't even know if you guys agree with me or not. We can get Lou's point of view. Eric, chime in. But I don't think when you take Dom Smith, whose name is now emblazoned because he did such a great job last year, Dom Smith, Dominic, the former Met, and Wilmer Flores, who didn't go to Toronto, but he went to the Mexican League. I'm a little surprised that nobody reached out.
Tijuana!
did we really take any steps forward? We added, who's in our lineup there? Arise and Bader. And everybody in the chat was shitting on Arise a month ago when we picked him. Oh, he's not the player he used to be. But now we expect that, and everybody's expecting, well, the strikeouts are going to be way down, but we don't have half as many strikeouts. And these guys, Chapman's going to have a career year. There are too many variables that people are putting way up in the top shelf, Eric. They're wishing. People are hoping that it'll be a great season. There were not enough changes made to this. Is not a turned over lineup.
I'll tell you what, hey,
just picked a few little things, and it doesn't amount to more wins.
Well, let's see what happens. The season's about to start. Let's get the train on the tracks, baby. Come. There we go, man. And three wake ups, as Glenn says. We got Giants baseball that's ready to start going again. I'm ready, man. I'm ready to watch some freaking baseball. We'll say, look, we all have our
oh my goodness,
our opinions on what's going to happen. And look, do we wish the team was put together a little bit better? Sure, absolutely. But let's see what happens. It is baseball. We don't know what's going to happen. If the Giants come out strong, hey, that's fine. We don't know. All we can sit here is say, well, this and this and this and this. And I get it. I totally understand it. But let's play the games. And I'll tell you what, we're going to be here every single night talking about whether or not the game was good or the game was bad or somewhere in the middle.
Let me ask you a question, Eric. I mean this in all sincerity. People are probably going to be, what? You're not, are you Jewish?
A negative.
Okay. So Santa Claus, Santa Claus came to your house, came down the chimney.
Yeah.
It's three. Well, anybody who waited for Santa Claus, no, it's three, not three get-ups and three. It's 3 sleeps.
3 sleeps.
Yes. Yeah, it's 3 sleeps. It's like Santa, right? 3 more sleeps.
Well,
baseball, 3 more sleeps, and then it's opening day for the
opening day.
I haven't figured that out yet. I'm still trapped. Couple of small housekeeping things, Eric.
Yep, go for it.
I was talking to Mark. First of all, Mark was in the chat. Mark, our buddy over in New York, he said, my wife, I don't know if this is a good question or a bad question, Eric. My wife wants to know, where'd you get the pink hat? My wife picked up a few, Mark. I'll bring you one. Brand new. It's over there on the shelf. Never more. It's yours. I'll bring it to the National, and you can have one. And you know, Eric, right around payday, this show, when we do Sunday shows, which has been a while, I always wear this on the 21st or 22nd or 23rd in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness. I wear my pink hat this Sunday of the month. And I ran into your dear friend, Greg, who's getting ready for the game. I thought he'd be already camped out with a little Coleman stove and everything over at the ballpark. apparently he was there and they put a run on him. He says, "Let me guess, are you and Salty Lou just crapping on the team already? The season haven't even begun." I go, "Well, why do you ask?" He goes, "Well, I haven't seen the show lately." I go, "Well, yeah, you haven't missed much." Because yes, we're crapping on the team as usual, Greg. So you haven't missed a thing. And I said, "What do you mean you haven't missed the show?" And he broke the news to me that he lost his little dog, Honeybee, which this dog was the cutest. And right out of left field, apparently it had a stroke, and the vet said, "Listen, he's going to be in more suffering than." So they euthanized him, and they took him over to the, what do you call it, McCovey Cove area. They sat with him and just, you got to say their goodbye. But I felt for Greg yesterday. Greg and I have our blow. We go to blows, but at the end of the day, it's baseball. We bitch and complain and yell and scream and analyze. But it ain't life. And you know what? I felt bad for them. So, especially his wife. I saw his wife with that dog everywhere. So anyway, my condolences to them. I know it's some people say, "Oh, it's only a dog." I love that little puppy dog. Honeybee. There will never be another one at our Terra.
Thoughts and prayers to you, Greg. If you're watching, yeah, that sucks. It's like losing a family member. It really is.
Absolutely. And the New York Giants preservation. Mark, I'm halfway through the book.
Gary.
I call him Mark. Gary, I'm halfway through the book. Love the book so far. Eric, have you picked up a copy? Because it's a great
I gotta go check the mail to see if it's got in the mail. I'll have to go check. Yeah, it's
great read. I'm halfway through.
You should be getting yours too here soon if you reached out to Gary. Right
he breaks down every it's such like, I don't want to say it's like a children's book. It's just such layman's terms. He talks about my dad and my brother and how he went to the back. He goes, "Yeah, the biggest play of the year," and I had to go pee, so I missed the game. It was like and you feel like you're there with them at the ballpark. And he talks how dearly about how the time he got to spend. That's another thing, Lou and Eric. If you grow up in I could not imagine growing up in a household that wasn't sports oriented. Like my dad loved the Expos and the Blue Jays, and he loved the Toronto Maple Leafs, and we all found our niche. Me, a Giants fan, I loved the Expos as a kid too. Chris Spire, both teams, little Chris Spire there. But I could not imagine growing up and Gary seemed to have that too. The family loved the New York Giants. He moved west with the San Francisco Giants, if you will. And I don't know. It's the same for you, Lou. Can you imagine growing up in a household, mom and dad, your sister, nobody liked sports?
I was pretty honored where my mom was an Olympic swimmer for Canada, swam the breaststrokes.
Get the hell out of here.
Yeah. So, and then my dad was a track star at University of Arizona when before they joined the Big Eight, Pac-8. So my family, one of the things I remember
holy cow,
is my mom was the one that had the station wagon that would drive the whole team. And then my dad and my mom and dad tried to make every game. When I was young, I was actually a pretty decent athlete, especially in basketball, where, it got to a point where they would be chanting Lou. And my mom would then go over to the students and complain, thought they were saying boo. My mom, was still there, but didn't understand. But, my dad, I had so many great times with my dad, and I think we're just an inspiration of our family. I think, Eric loves the Giants and gets his passion from his parents. I think we're all very blessed that we actually had both of our parents that were around. I think one of the things is, my dad took me to the horse races. It was just me and him. It was sort of our thing that we did because not all my brothers loved horse racing, but, opening days we would go to. I remember even my dad, even though he didn't like it, he would still take the Ballpark Express to Candlestick to see the Giants, the Ballpark Express to see the Niners. And then once I got older, my dad would take me where, especially in San Francisco for the football games, a lot of bars you would meet on Sundays from 8 to 10, and then you take a bus out with Bloody Marys, screwdrivers, and food out to Candlestick, and you'd come back. And the Giants were just, it was so simple. My dad would give me, I'll never forget, he'd give me $2.50. It was 50 cents round trip for the Ballpark Express. I'd go with my brother, and then $2 for food. You could get a popcorn, a soda, and maybe a cookie to show you how cheap it was back then. But yeah, I mean, is that Lee? The Spaceman?
Spaceman.
So I think it's great where, one of the things when you go to a ball game and you see a father and son, that's what makes baseball so unique. Unlike other sports, in Europe, it's really soccer where you see the father and son, but out here it's baseball. I'll never forget the other thing about baseball was so unique, getting your first glove. You had to go to someone, how do I break it in? And my dad was simple. Let's just run over it. No, I don't want you to ruin it. Thinking he's ruining the glove, but to break it in, either we would do the oil and the kite string or the shoelace and put it under the bed, or you would run over it. It was such a thing of spring, of getting your first glove and breaking it in, and just the smell of the glove, the baseball, and it's funny because if you ever notice a true baseball fan, whenever we get a foul ball, or like when Glenn, after we got the homer of Wilmer Flores, the ball, but it was the smell, making sure it was a real baseball. And that's the only sport, baseball, that gets it. You get to smell the glove, and it's all about growing up, and it didn't matter where you sat. You were just part of the live crowd, standing up like when Jack Clark would hit a homer, or, getting close enough to see these guys. Because, hey, that's what idols become. And growing up, I think one of the things we had is all the players were homegrown. And you got to see him go through the system, play with us. By year 3, if he was your favorite, you would buy the jersey. Nowadays, jerseys come and go. It's more about the team, not the players. And I think growing up, my family was, they knew it was simple. You got to remember, growing up, the Niner games weren't even on TV. We only had the road games were on TV on CBS with Irv Cross and Brett Messmer. Giant games were always on. I always had a little scorebook. That was my thing with Gary Park, because there's only 1-2 where the Giants were on. And when the Giants were on, I knew it was special. And that's what makes baseball so unique.
KTVU? Yeah, anytime it was on KTVU. We got it when I was living, because I grew up in Tracy. And that was like that's the only Bay Area station we got was KTVU.
Jack Perconte. I always cheered for the underdogs. And it's funny, now I know how Eric feels. How often do we come on and do this show, and we're not scripted here. That's the good thing about this. We're not scripted, and that's maybe why we have more fun and meaningful conversations, because it's not scripted. And Eric, I got to ask you, how many times do I say something you go, that was my topic, or you stole my thunder?
That happens.
Lou mentioned the first glove, and I don't know if you guys, I was thinking of that this morning. I said I'm going to ask on the show what you guys did with your glove when you were a kid. I can't believe Lou mentioned that. You stole my thunder, my question. But I will ask you, Eric, because Major League Baseball Network, the channel, they're running a TV commercial leading up to the season. And the little guy, the little guy's in the driveway. Okay, back up, Dad, back up. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And they're crushing the glove. And it's all about working in the glove, and the dad and the son, or the dad and the daughter. What did you do with your glove, Eric? Because me personally,
same thing.
I got a glove at such a young age. It literally could have been that color. It was one of, it came from like the Woolco kids section, and you could hardly get the ball in it. It was so tiny. But my first real glove, that I still have my first glove. It is so broken in beautiful. It's like a pair of shoes, Eric, or something. You get the kickers, the sneakers, the stinkers, and you just don't want to let them go. And your wife's like, get those out of the house. They stink, but you just can't that's my first glove. What about you, Eric?
Same thing. Same thing with Lou. My dad, he got the mitt, put the ball in, oiled it up, put the ball in it, and got those thick rubber bands. Got the thick rubber band, put it around it, put it underneath the bed, and then lo and behold.
Did it help? Like, could you actually catch the ball, though? Were you any good?
Yeah.
I mean,
come on, man. It's not like I'm a freaking major leaguer, but as a kid, I was able to catch the ball. It wasn't hitting me in the middle of the forehead or nothing. Hey, look, it's this time, guys. It's this time. It's time to see where everybody is going to draft tomorrow. We got the league is full. There we go. All right. Should we add some music? Hey, let's add some music to this. What the hell do I got?
I can't take this pressure. I need a drink. Help me. Go.
I've been worried about this moment for about the last 6 days, thinking I better
tell you
not
what.
be in the same boat as last year.
How about now? Let's be a little festive. Let's get it. Let's go.
I get the almanac. I'm ready this year.
Oh.
Unlike last year and the year before when we finished last place, Eric and I have finished in last place tied for 2 years in a row. This year we're promising better, right, Eric?
Yes.
Hey, you
I hope.
promise. I know.
Hey, you never know, man. You know, with injuries, you never know what can happen. All right, here we go. Randomize now. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hit the button.
Glenn, first, second, or third, please.
Draft settings have updated successfully. All right, let's go see. What do we got here?
Oh, I gotta pick first, second, or third.
That's not where I need to be. Where is it
What
that
are
I
we
need
gonna
to
do
be?
here? Is it amateur hour? Let's go.
Yeah, might be. Hold on, I gotta find it.
A bad second.
No. That's not it. That's not it.
What is that?
Hold on. Where is it at?
Well, second
I
to
gotta find out
me.
where it's at. Hold on, I gotta find out for
Lou, I'm smelling a little hanky-panky here, Lou.
El Gigante! Chewy is number 1. Greg is number 2.
That's not me.
Mike Val is number 3. Glenn is number 4. MIT or MTI, I can't remember. He is 5. Billy is 6. Will is 7. Ibrahim is 8. Senior is 9. Raffy Taffy, that is Champ is 10. I am number 11. Yes, the Superstars. And Robbie Dizzle is number 12.
So something I gotta say, Eric, it's a long way from number 4 to number 21.
Yeah.
There'll be a lot of players off
There
the
we
board
go.
on the next pick.
There we go. That
Yikes.
is the roster. There we go. Superstar. Did you see my name? You like that? You like my name?
I don't know who's who from last year now. Where Robbie Dizzle's Robbie Dizzle.
You like my my custom? You know who that is, right?
No, that was Luciano, but it must be Devers.
Nope. That's Luis Arias. And I called my team the Superstars. You get it?
Yeah. He's a superstar, Eric. He's a superstar. Right?
I had to, man. I was like, I got to think of a new logo here. New
So
team name, new logo.
show us the list again. Let me a quick synopsis of who's who here.
All right.
And by the way, Eric, can I ask the commissioner, when opening day rolls around, do you remember Dan last year? Dan changed the name of his team like he changed my.
Oh, everybody was changing their names.
Stop
Man.
it! How can you?
Everybody
You
was
can't
changing their
contact
names.
people. I didn't know who was who. Pick a name and stick with it. There's
Whatever.
no need to have 37 names for your team in one season. Stop it. Come on, grow up.
Mark, it's a joke. I think you know. If you were here during the last couple episodes.
Good Lord. Okay.
Yeah.
I know who Robbie Dizzle is.
Yep. There we go.
I know who Seniors is. A senior moment.
Senior moments. Yep.
Where's Greg?
Greg is second. Forever
You
SFG.
mean he's
Yeah.
back? So he's like a Giant Sports Talk Live fantasy virgin, and he gets second. Come on.
He gets
Ro-
second.
We rolled out a red carpet too early for him.
So yeah, the top 5 is Chewy, then Greg, then Mike, then you, and then MIT is the top 5. Not bad.
The Asian Alliance of San Francisco is going to rebound this year, Eric.
All right, let's see.
Where's Lou? Who's Lou?
No, Lou didn't make it this time.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, I wanted Lou.
I thought it was canceled, and then I was out of town, so I was too
son of
slow.
a gun.
It's all good. It's all good.
It's probably the
Maybe
greatest
we should.
moment of
Maybe
my-
we should
best
make
moment of
Lou an
my life.
honorary commissioner.
Honorary commissioner. There we go.
I'm okay.
Oh. Listen, if it's anything like last year, you're gonna have your hand. You wouldn't mind an associate, Eric. Remember Eric last
it's
year?
all good.
I don't need this shit. I don't need this.
No, it's all good now. It's all good. If you got,
I think we
check your
weeded it out. I think we got a good cast of characters. No,
if you check the email, I spelled it out nicely on what I
like
want
the rules.
to do. Right?
Nice job,
Right?
Eric.
Yeah, it's nothing crazy. It's just hey, we just gotta.
In other words,
we gotta
don't
lay some things out.
supersede the freaking rules to benefit yourself.
Well,
We're all
I mean,
friends here.
and that's the thing. We're all friends, and
We're all
the
friends
thing is-
until-
and there wasn't it wasn't even in the rules. It's
Lou, we're all friends until about
not going to get into it.
August or
Don't leave it the
September.
way
It
it
gets heated, and then we're down the stretch. and
Marcus
then
is
we're
not in
back.
the league. That is correct.
Yeah,
Marcus
Marcus.
is not. We got
Marcus-
5 new people.
I
We
thought
got five
Marcus
new
would be
people.
here to defend his championship from last year.
No, he's not going to be. He's in another crazy league. He was talking about it during the meet and greet. But yeah, we got 5 new members this year, which is going to be nice. So it should be good.
Glenn,
fun,
I'm
man.
sorry. If there's no Giants tickets involved, Marcus is not interested. He'll just wait for a draw and a win.
But hey, I'll tell you one thing that Marcus is interested in, and this is one thing. This is the one thing that Marcus is very interested in. There we go. Proud sponsor for Giant Sports Talk Live here in 2026. Tommy's Mexican Restaurant, home of the world famous Tommy Margarita. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, Marcus had a good time over there at the meet and greet and enjoyed the festivities that we had. What was that, last Saturday, man? It was, time flies. So great times.
And Eric, I do want to commend you again about the interview with Julio. I actually put it on my Facebook. I've had 25 people give a thumbs up. Loved it.
Right
Didn't
on.
even know they thought Tommy ran Tommy's. So obviously they haven't been to Tommy's to
Right.
meet Julio.
Right.
And I've had people write me back. And for people that missed it, we're probably going to do something around the All-Star break again. They need to clean up from what we left over a couple of months to get ready for us again. But we're probably going to do something right around the All-Star break, maybe like a Saturday show where the Giants play. We'll have a TV while we do the show and, do it again soon.
That'd be awesome. Good
Eric,
stuff.
Can I ask you a question, Eric?
What's up?
Where were you picking in that fantasy league before we get out of here? Where are you picking?
Number 11.
Would you be willing? So you're picking
can't
11
Yeah.
and then 12. So you're picking
then
11 and 13. If I
I'll
will
be the-
trade you, I will trade you my second and third round picks if you give me your second round pick. I'll give you my second and third, the top of the. I'll trade you. In other words, you pick the player. I'll text you. You pick the player, and then you can have whoever you draft. You say, no, it's your pick now. You draft this guy, and I get him.
It depends on who you pick. Depends on who you pick.
You tell me who you want. Oh, no, I'll tell you who I want. You draft him, and then I'll give you. So in other words, you're getting 2 players.
Oh, my gosh.
You get to draft boom, boom, and I got to wait in like
What is this?
2 rounds.
This is crazy stuff, man.
Well, I'm 4th, so it's a long way. I'd rather have your second. I want your second round, the first pick of your second round.
So you're giving me, so I get your pick plus my pick in number 11, and then you get the second pick of the second round.
I'll give you back to back, like not back to back, but 4, 5.
So I'll have 4 and 11, but then you get, what is that, number 14, which is the second pick of the second round.
I think we could work out a deal to do that.
We'll see. I'll think about it.
You think about that
I'll
seriously.
think about that. And I'll see who you pick. Because we'll talk about it after the draft.
I know who I want, and I don't know if he'll be available. That's the problem. I like my I don't know, where's he from?
Who?
I'll tell you off air.
Look
I can't say it. I mean, what do you want me to do here?
Oh man, we'll have to see.
So hey guys, I just have a question. You can tell the chat.
Yeah.
So starting tomorrow, we're gonna go Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Glenn, we're doing something for opening night, or
no, this is what's going on. So
yeah,
we're gonna go tomorrow. That's gonna be the draft. Tuesday night,
Preview
Glenn's
show.
gonna be Tuesday night. Glenn is gonna do a pre opening night show, I guess you would say. I will not be here because I will be driving back on the way back from San Francisco. Yeah, Tuesday night is going to be a lot of fun. I'll be meeting up with Glenn and Lou, and then Ibrahim will also be with us, guys. So that'll be a lot of fun. We're going to be over there at Original Joe's in North Beach on Tuesday night. So it should be a lot of fun. And then so Wednesday, there's going to be 2 shows. We're going to have the pregame festivities that we're going to talk about for opening day night, whatever.
Yep.
Then have the first post game of 2026. Thursday is no show. It's just a pre-recorded video of Dan with Glenn and In the Cards with Jeremy Lee. Guys, it's already up there. Guys, you ain't going to want to miss that. It's a great interview that Glenn had with Jeremy Lee.
I got to blow my own horn. I thought you couldn't have had a better guest. Author, collector, and this guy's cards. We didn't get into, he doesn't pull out 500 cards and like in it. He told a couple of descriptive stories about how he obtained the Willie Mays and the Shoeless Joe and talked about his book. Yep. I got it all there in the description along with all his, all the links to all his website, his book, and also his. I saw your preview. I saw what you wrote.
Okay, you did. Perfect.
Already up there. Yeah, the thumbnail's already getting us some exposure, and I thought it was well written. Good job.
Yeah, thank you.
The inaugural, the debut program. Might be the last. Tomorrow I'm working on, we'll do our second show in advance at Tom Brady's tomorrow. And Eric's like, oh, you're going to record in the vault, like in the store? I'm like, yeah, that's what we're working on tomorrow.
Nice. That should be cool. So then Friday, so Wednesday and then Friday will be the post games. For this weekend.
Will Friday be post game at 8:00, or will it be post game after the show since it's a day?
Post game after the game.
Day.
So
perfect.
After the game, we won't wait to 8:00. We'll go
right back to business, really. Other than the off day running my show, my In the Cards. There's no game on Thursday.
Yep.
So on off days, you'll see an In the Cards edition. We take that kind of our day off. But every other day of the year, we'll be on all the time. Check your local listings.
Hey, if you haven't got enough of us already, get ready. For those of you who are new to the channel,
that's why we're number one, Eric.
And Eric, I do want to say one more thing. I was a little down about the Giants, but seeing your little promo, the Giants got me fired up. So, John,
I tell you what, baby, come on. Thank you. Hey, it's all about, hey, we don't know how it's going to all go out, right? We don't. No, none of us can sit here and say, nobody anywhere can say, this is what the Giants are going to do. We can all, make our predictions and have our opinions, but we don't know. Let the games play and then see what happens. If it's something good, awesome. If it's something bad, we'll be here to bitch about it.
I love that shirt. Look at that. Giant Sports Talk Live.
Yeah, baby.
Featuring Eric Glenn and Super Salt. I can't see Lou's name on it, though. It says Super Salty. They forgot his name.
Salty. It's just Super Salty. Yeah.
It's just Super Salty Lou. Come on. Yeah. They forgot.
That's what Julio thinks of me. He won't mention my name, just calls me Super Salty.
Keep Lou's name out your mouth. It's that time of the year, too. It's right around
It's that time of the year. It is. It's that time of the year.
The anniversary.
Yeah. Yeah. Matter of fact, what was it? Actually, it was last week, wasn't it? So I think it was.
Hey, Lou. It's good to see you back, pal.
Glad to be here. Can't wait.
I'm looking forward to seeing you. You and I will be hooking up. Lou and I will be going live on opening day, somewhere between 2 and 3. Check the listings. You'll see we pop up. Join us. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to have some interviews and guests and fans. It's a random exposure. We're going to be broadcasting opening day from somewhere, a location yet to be determined over by Oracle Park.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. It's going to be good times, man. Can't wait.
Just in case it does.
All right, guys, we'll be back here tomorrow night. Talk a little bit more Giants, but we're going to be on an hour early tomorrow. Actually, a little bit. Actually, maybe around 6:30, because we're going to have our draft live on the show. So the draft will probably last about an hour or so, give or take. And then we'll have a little time to get out of here.
Get in there early, senior. See how it's done this year. I'm ready for you.
That's right. You could get into the draft room, so to speak, a half hour early. So we'll be on here.
Excuse me, Eric. Can we refresh my memory? Can we accommodate everyone?
10
are we
people.
Allowed so many?
10 people.
10?
Not everybody's going to show up.
Oh, so it's the first 10, excluding.
Yeah.
Lou and Eric and I don't know if Lou gives up his spot for the draft to open up room.
No, look, everybody's not going to join. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, everybody better show up and everybody pay.
Dilly, for the most part, what I've seen, a lot of people have already paid, so we're good to go.
Good. Don't pull a shard. That gets me mad too. Don't pull a shard all not like show up tomorrow.
Hey guys, I can't make it tomorrow night. My mom won't let me. Thank you.
And with that, let's get the hell out of here, guys. We'll be back tomorrow early.
Oh, that's great.
Live for our draft on the Giant Sports Talk Live Fantasy Baseball. It should be a lot of fun. Good time. Lou, that was great. Fantastic. Great, see you guys tomorrow night.
Everybody's here.
You've been watching Giant Sports Talk Live with Eric and Glenn, a Northern Lights Entertainment Broadcasting production.